Hello, how are you? It's the 16th of April, it's Thursday night. And no, it's not Crackerjack. I've cracked that joke before. It's a BOBCAST. Pleased to have you here. Hope you're okay. Have you had a good day? Good, bad, indifferent, so. Started poor, got better, then got even better. Started well, got worse, then got even worse. Who knows? Yeah, mine's been all right. It's been good. Had some really good moments and some not so good, but not so many not so good today. Been busy trying to organise a funeral, and it's funny, isn't it, how things that we do and just take for granted normally are all changing, and everything is different now. We have to do things in a different way and think about things in a different way. It's all a challenge, but it's a good challenge. I like a bit of a challenge. A bit like Bobby Fischer, actually, the chess champion. He liked a challenge, because without a challenge he wouldn't have a match. But apparently, and I don't know if this is true or not, he got bored playing, this is Bobby Fischer, bored playing chess with Russians. So he asked for the National Chess or the International Chess Association to fix his next match with some Europeans. Apparently his telegram read, "How about a checkmate?" But they were poles apart when they got there. Oh, I'm trying to think of a Sweden joke, but there's no way I could afford it, I'm afraid. So anyhow, it's nice to have a smile. Isla is here, and she was snoring dreadfully earlier on, but she just seems to have sort of relaxed a little bit. Well, she was snoring dreadfully because we need to have a church finance committee. Now, and I know all you technical stars out there, and there's hundreds of you, all get on with all this technology, but I'm a bit of a Luddite in some ways. I know what I like, but and I can do things, but I can't sort of do much more, and learning new things is always hard. But I was delighted to find that some of my senior colleagues in St Andrew's Church had the same situation. So we decided we would have a telephone conference today, and we'd have a wee practice. So we had a telephone conference. I dialed in on my mobile, and that was all good. And quite quickly, I got a message from Vodafone saying, "You've exceeded your set limit." I hadn't realised this was one of these sort of high payment dial-in numbers. We had to pay quite a lot of money per minute, and a setup charge as well. So we abandoned that, and we went on to Zoom. Oh, by the way, a Buddhist monk, a Catholic priest, and a rabbit walked into a bar. The rabbit said, "I have a terrible feeling I might be a typo." So we decided to go for Zoom. And yes. Well, we did get there. I was quite gratified that the youngest and the most technically minded person among us couldn't get the video to work at all. So they were in sort of just black space. The rest of us, there were 5 of us trying to do this. Just after tea, I was still digesting some rather nice pasta with salmon that I'd cooked and anchovies. I do recommend that. Bob's Recipe Time. Hello, Bob. What's the recipe today? Do you remember that, Jimmy Young? Yes, Raymondo, it's this. And take some onions, finely chop them. Run your knife down the back of your wrists and back of your, whatever those things are called, their knuckles. And then you won't cut them. Chop the onion, bit of olive oil in a pan. Bake them slowly so they don't colour, but just begin to go soft. Tin of anchovies, take it off. Pour the oil into the anchovies into the onions. Start giving some flavour. Chop the anchovies. After a few moments, get some garlic. Crush it. Chop. Mince it all up. Sprinkle it in, and some ginger. Slice. Chop it very finely, or use a grater if you like. That's quite a good thing. In it goes. It's all in the pan. It's bubbling away. Just gently, not going dark, but just all softening, which is very nice. Then chop the anchovies, sprinkle the anchovies in so the flavour begins to rich up, and it's really nice. Then get your salmon, Oh, by the way, during this time, you've popped some pasta, preferably some fresh pasta, in a pan, a little bit of salt, just to keep it going. Very fast boiling water. Leave the top off so it doesn't boil over. Take some fresh salmon fillets, chop them up. Not too thick, not too thin. Pop them in the pan. Just cook them. Heat the pan up a little bit. Just cook them so they begin to cook. Quarter of a glass of white wine. Throw it in. Let it just bubble and bubble. While that's happening, chop up some parsley. Get that all ready. Make sure your pasta's done. Tastes nice. A bit of al dente. That's all good. I like a bit of that. Stick it in a colander so that it just drains down. And a bit of cream. Single, double, doesn't matter. I think double's a bit better because you've got some liquid in there with the wine. Pour the cream in. Throw in the chopped parsley. Just heat it ever so gently so it doesn't quite bubble. All done. Pasta in a plate. There we go, a little bit of salt on the pasta. I should have done some salt and some pepper. I always like to use ground salt. And serve it and stuff it down your neck, really. Simple as that. So I was digesting this lot still when we were trying to Zoom, and it was very funny. It was very funny indeed. And trying to get the double entendre out of Zoom is not easy. I have to tell you, I do have to tell you that. But I tell you something, it's a very good thing that somebody invented Venetian blinds, by the way. If not, I think it could be curtains for everybody. Yes, that's fine. Someone just sent me this joke in. It's really nice. Got it on a piece of paper here. Thank you very much to Andrew. Sent this. Fred has died and the solicitor was reading out the will. To my wife, I leave the properties in Hill Street and Bell Street. To my son, I leave the flats on the Woodside Estate, and to my daughter, the houses in Church Street and on the New Close. The solicitor looked slightly puzzled. He looked up, she looked up, she was a lady solicitor, and said, I had no idea your husband owned so much property. Don't be silly, said the wife. That's his window cleaning round. Well, you've got to laugh, haven't you? Well, you don't have to laugh. You don't have to laugh, but it helps me if you do. Sign in the pet shop, by the way. Buy one, get one flea. Buy one, get one flea. And people who live in stone houses certainly shouldn't throw glasses. Of that, there is no doubt. So, we're going to be locked down for another 3 weeks, I hear. Gosh, that's a long time, isn't it? 3 weeks. That'll be 7 or 8 weeks. There's 4 weeks since we closed the church now, because the telephone rotor's just gone a complete circle. And that's... I don't know just how I felt when I heard about that. I thought, oh gosh, 3 weeks, long time, very long time. But we'll get through it. We'll get through it. Found a lovely prayer today, using the book The Rhythm of Life by David Adam, and I put The Rhythm of Life, by the way, on my Facebook page. 2 different versions of it. One by a Welsh high school choir and one by a lovely, lovely primary choir in Huddersfield. There was a farmer of Huddersfield who had a cow that wouldn't yield. The reason why she wouldn't yield was she didn't like Huddersfield. So my dad used to tell me. Listen to this. 3 weeks to go. Almighty God, give us wisdom to perceive you, intelligence to understand you, diligence to seek you, patience to wait for you, vision to behold you, a heart to meditate upon you, a life to proclaim you. Isn't that nice? I rather like that. I thought that was really rather nice. And if you want to hear it again, then let me know. And if I get around to it, I might type it up. Sorry, I lost my bookmark. Nothing more boring than a man who can't find his bookmark, I always say. So, as I'm beginning to snore, I've obviously gone on far too long. How many hours have I done? 9 minutes, 24 seconds. Get that timer running. So the Easter egg tree's still behind me. A couple of people have said, why haven't you eaten the Easter eggs, Bob? I'll tell you why, because they're china or they're paper. And I know I can eat most things, but china and paper just doesn't really do it for me, I'm afraid to say. So that's why I don't. So I hope things are better. Now, there seems to have been a variation in weather today. I know some people down south have been lying in the sun in their hammocks and doing all the things that people do in the sun. Up here in Kelso, it's been a bit grey. It's modelled on my hair. Suntan's still there, though, by the way. I'm quite pleased with that. And I don't know what the weather's going to be like tomorrow. I think it's going to be a little bit brighter. Hope so, because we've got some recording to do for Sunday. So I hope it'll be brighter and we can get out in the garden to do that. So I'm thinking of you wherever you are. Love you all very dearly. And take care of yourselves. Look after yourselves. Spoil yourselves a wee bit. I hope you're out clapping for the NHS, for carers today. Thank you very much indeed. Good old Captain Tom. Wow, I don't know how many it is. Must be about 15 million now. You know, that's as much as children in need used to do. I mean, it's incredible. Just amazing. It's a shame it takes a virus like this and for us to fund the NHS properly. Maybe we should all be thinking about doing that collectively in the future. Bob, are you getting political? No. By the way, I see that it was in 1896 that the first music patent was granted. The man who received it said he got it for a song. So on that happy note, I'm going to love you and leave you. Whoever you are and wherever you are, remember you're special, you're loved. And unique, created in God's image, every single one of us. So that's rather nice, I do like that. And I pray you have a restful night, or if you're watching in the morning, a good morning, a nice 11s, and that peace will be with you, and it will all be fairly gentle. Watch thou, dear Lord, with all who watch, or wake, or weep tonight, and give your angels charge over those who sleep. Tend your sick ones, Lord Christ. Rest your weary ones. Bless your dying ones. Soothe your suffering ones, and pity your afflicted ones. Shield your joyous ones, and all for your name's sake. Amen. May God bless you. And I'll see you tomorrow, Friday. It'll be the 17th, hopefully, if I've got the date right. Be good. See ya. Bye.